action.
Hello, boys and girls. This is the course of Environmental Science, which is meant for BTech third year and fifth semester. The code for this particular subject is AMC 501. As you know, this is the mandatory course of BTech third year, and I am G. Chakraborty from Department of Chemistry, welcoming you to this course of Environmental Science.
Now, we have already come across 7 lectures of this particular course, and finally today we have arrived at the 8th lecture, that is the part 2 of the module, which is named Air and its Pollution. Now, previously, whenever we people have seen the details of air and its pollution, we have discussed briefly that without having detailed idea about air, we cannot predict whether the air is polluted or not. In order to know that the air is polluted or not, we have to see about the details that air is having, right? And what the best condition of air is, that we need to know for determining whether the air is good or bad, right? The quality of air is good or bad, rather. Okay. Now, in the last lecture, we people have seen that the air basically belongs to the part of the Earth which is called atmosphere, right? And this particular atmosphere is further divided into 5 different parts, starting from the layer in which we are living, which is called troposphere, having different height from that of the second layer, which is stratosphere. Now, this troposphere is very important to us because we are living in this particular layer, and the total seasons and all these concepts, right, they belong to troposphere. Okay. Now, a stratosphere is also a very, very important layer because this stratosphere itself contains ozone layer, which is called ozonosphere, right? And this particular ozone layer protects us from the harmful radiations that we get from the sun, right? Now, this was all about tropo and stratosphere. Further, we have the third layer, which is called mesosphere, and which is the layer which actually damages the meteors that comes to the earth, right? And this is followed by thermosphere, which is a very good layer, and due to this particular thermosphere, several applications are allowed in inside the earth, right? And radio communications and satellites all occurs in this thermosphere, and the next layer ionosphere, right? And finally we are having the exosphere, and it means the exit around 10,000 kilometers height is of this particular sphere, right? So after this whole knowledge, today we have arrived at the second lecture, not second lecture, actually the 8th lecture, but the second part of this particular lecture, which is this particular module, which is air and its pollution. Okay, so let's see that our lecture is air and its pollution part 2, right? So let's move on. So as you see that it is our normal rule that before starting a lecture, we generally discuss that what a particular lecture contains, right? This particular lecture contains the definition of the very, very important fact, which is called the greenhouse effect, right? Now, this greenhouse effect is caused due to greenhouse gases, so we have to study about these greenhouse gases in a very detailed way. Okay. Now, after that, we are having global warming and its consequence, right? And this is followed by the global climatic change, okay, and its nature on the sea level, right? After this, we are having agriculture and marine ecosystem, right? Basically the effect of global warming on agriculture and marine ecosystem, this we are going to see. Last but not least, we are going to see control of global warming. Okay, right? So let's move to the next topic, or let us start the first topic, definition of greenhouse effect, right? So let's go for it. Now, definition of greenhouse effect, whenever if we read the definition, it is written, you can see the screen and read it out. The greenhouse effect is the process by which radiation from a planet's atmosphere warms the planet's surface, to a temperature above what it would be without its atmosphere. Some of the energy passes back into the space, much of it remains trapped in the atmosphere by the greenhouse gases, causing our world to heat up, right? Now, this is a particular definition which has been written from the environmental point of view or from the natural point of view. But I remember that in class 7 or 8, whenever I had studied greenhouse effect, right, the definition was something different. At that time, there was no consideration of this planet and Earth and this and that, and rather something was written on my book. I think you people have seen the same thing in your book whenever you people were in school, right? That greenhouse effect is basically an effect which traps heat. Yes, it was there, and this is due to some property, okay? And basically it was written that this particular effect is very helpful in protecting the vegetation in hilly areas, right? Because the glass allows the heat to enter but not allows the heat to exit due to the different frequency of radiation of the heat and all, okay? And one more thing was supposed to be present there. I think now also if I check out class 7-8 students books, then this thing will be there. It was written that a greenhouse effect is observed whenever you sit inside a car on a very hot sunny day, right? Now these were also correct, but you see we have grown older now, we have grown up, and now we are in college. I'm not in college, I'm in college as a teacher, but you are in college as a student, okay? So in college life we are studying the main definition of greenhouse effect, that is, it is a process by which radiation from Earth's atmosphere warms the surface of the to a temperature above what it would be without its atmosphere. Means suppose there are two conditions, one is condition A, another is condition B, okay? Now condition A is we are without the atmosphere. Condition A, we are without atmosphere. And we have condition B, we are with the atmosphere, right? Let us write ATM as atmosphere. Okay. Now we have written 2 points, right? One is without atmosphere and one is with atmosphere. Now without atmosphere, what will happen? Here what is written? The greenhouse effect is that particular process which will warm the planet's surface. It will warm the surface of the planet to a temperature above what it would have been without its atmosphere. Means if we go for the fact for without atmosphere and with atmosphere, if here temperature is X and here temperature is Y, then definitely with atmosphere the temperature will be greater than that without atmosphere, okay? Now this with atmosphere the temperature will be greater without atmosphere. This X and Y, why they are different, why these two temperatures are different? The reason is nothing but this particular thing which is called greenhouse effect, right? This is the reason behind the increase of the temperature, okay? So basically greenhouse effect is nothing but the property which actually helps to raise the temperature of a planet, right, so that it can sustain well, right? Because if I consider Earth, then I will say so that it can sustain life. But if I have told you that sustain a planet, right, and all planets are not having life, so if we consider Earth, then definitely we will say that yes, the greenhouse effect is that effect which actually increases the temperature of Earth so that we can live properly and happily, right? And some of the heat remains trapped, and the rest will go to the space, right? So some amount goes to space and the rest gets trapped, which results actually in heating of the Earth, right? So this was the clear-cut definition of greenhouse effect. Now let us go to the fact that what greenhouse gases are. If we see what greenhouse gases are, we'll see that it contains the main greenhouse gases that we people are having are carbon dioxide. Yes, we know it very well. And then comes water vapor. See, always remember, water is not a greenhouse gas, but water in the form of vapor is definitely a greenhouse gas. Okay, then nitrous oxide is there, which is also called laughing gas, N2O. Then we have tropospheric ozone. Now here you need to know one thing very well, that in the last lecture we people have clearly discussed that yes, ozone is present in stratosphere. Okay, now you will encounter a question which will come frequently, that between ozone present in troposphere and that present in stratosphere, which one is good, which one is bad, which one is harmful, which one is not harmful, or which one is beneficial, right? Always remember, if ozone is in stratosphere, it is good. If it is in troposphere, it is very, very bad. Okay, so tropospheric ozone is very harmful, and it is a greenhouse gas also. Okay, so 4 greenhouse gases. Top 4 priority greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, then water vapor, nitrous oxide, and tropospheric ozone. This is followed by another 2 gases which are also very dangerous in terms of greenhouse gases. The 5th one is methane, and the 6th one is chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, so all these are definitely very much harmful if we consider them in terms of this greenhouse gas. Okay, now the amount of this particular gases are different in the atmosphere. CO2, yes, we are the major part responsible for the cause of CO2, starting from our breathing to our running of vehicles, to cutting of trees, burning of forest. Everything increases the amount of CO2 in the gas, but we cannot stop breathing, but we can control these activities, right? So we should try. Okay, now water vapor, basically it contains by sunlight only, so we cannot control this particular thing. We are unable to control. And rest are not that much in our hands, but we can control it. CFC is definitely in our hands, methane is in our hand. Okay, so we need to control the emission of these particular gases if we want to stop greenhouse effect. Okay, now why we should stop greenhouse effect? Let us see. We should stop greenhouse effect because it causes global warming, right? We should stop greenhouse gases, again I'm saying, because it causes global warming. Now what is global warming and why it is harmful to us, why it should be stopped, right? The average global temperature, it actually increases 1 degree Fahrenheit in 1 century, right? Okay, now this actually is expected by the scientists that in the next century, in the past century it was 1 degree Fahrenheit, but in the next century it will increase by 2 to 6 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, now if it increases by 2 to 6 degree Fahrenheit, then what will happen? The global temperature will rise. Okay, the room temperature will rise, due to which the icebergs will melt, leading to large amount of water, floods and other problems. So we know that 3/4 of the part of Earth is land only, and the other 3 parts are water. So it may happen all the 4 parts will be water, and we will all be either underwater or we will be on a ship traveling in search of land, right? If we are not controlling this particular thing called global warming. Okay, so what are the effects of global warming? Let's see it. Now the number one, the first and foremost effect that we people are having is the sea level rises. Yes, we have already discussed about it, that more and more icebergs or the glaciers will melt. That is the second point. Okay, so just you see, these are contrary points. Okay, these are consequences. If global warming causes, then what will happen? Warmer weather makes the glaciers melt. Melting glaciers add more water to the ocean. Warm weather also makes the water expand. Okay, now if we avoid the last one, then let us do this thing again. Warm weather makes glaciers melt. Fine, this is number one. Melting glaciers add more water to the ocean. Yes, very good, this is number two, due to which the sea level rises. This is our number three, right? So number one is warm weather will make the glaciers melt. Number two is more and more water will be added to the ocean. Number three, the sea level will rise, and warmer weather also makes water expand. right? Okay, this is number 4. So these are the 4 ill effects, right? I'll say ill effects of this particular thing called global warming. Now, what are the consequences of this global warming is? Why we are concerned about this global warming? What problem we are going to face if we could not stop global warming, right? Let us see. When water expands in the ocean, it takes up more space and the level of sea rises. Okay, so more and more water, more space, level of sea rises. So whatever I have said, that 1/3 1/4 part of earth is land, it may happen that all the 4 parts will be water, right, if you are not stopping it. Okay, and what effects global warming does on crop and food supply? Global warming makes the earth warmer in cold places. People living in these areas may have the chance to grow crop in new areas. Okay, but global warming may bring droughts to other places where we grow crops, right? So what will happen? See, global warming may cause different effects, right? If due to this Amphan problem, you see what has happened to South 24 Parganas. The total salty water from the ocean, from the Bay of Bengal, that have come up to the fields, the agricultural fields, due to which all the crops are damaged. Okay, so you cannot say that what will happen. Basically, if we disturb the balance of nature, nature will destroy us, right? It is this give and take. You destroy me, I destroy you. Similarly, you destroy nature, nature destroys us, right? Or we can say we destroy nature, nature destroys us, right? So we save nature, nature will save us. Okay, so it's just give and take policy. So we should take care of nature and we should stop this global warming, right? Now, what type of climatic change we will be seeing? Global warming will lead to increase in evaporation, right? Evaporation means more water vapor, and with more water vapor, more rainfall is expected, right? Now, you know, if rainfall is excessive, then there are chances of floods, right? See, that is whatever I have told is written here, but it is not evenly distributed. More rainfall, but not evenly distributed. So what will happen? The dry areas will be more dry, water shortage it will face, and the wet areas will face from different things like landslides and floods. Okay, now different other problem. I just told you that Amphan has destroyed crop like rye, wheat and corn due to the salty water moving into the fields. It has affected animals which have need to migrate. Either animals will die or they will migrate, right? Now it depends on the condition and the availability, whatever they're getting, right? Either they will die or, and remember, animals include humans, okay? So it includes you and me also. So either they will die or they will be just migrate to different places. Okay, now encourage growth of weed and pest may lead to diseases like dengue, fever, cholera, which are deadly. Yes, if there are stored water, then different type of problems may occur, right? Different type of disease may spread and people may fall ill. Okay, so it is not desirable, right? Let us go to the next slide. So here comes the solutions, large number of solutions you people can see. So what the solutions are? There are many little things that we can do to make a difference to reduce the amount of greenhouse gas. Okay, let's see what we can do. Many greenhouse gases come from few things that we do, right? Okay, so every day if we check our activities, then what will happen? The greenhouse gas emission will be little less. For example, driving a car or using electricity is not wrong. We just have to be smart. Okay, how? Try car cooling. Means we can share a vehicle in such a way that see, if 4 persons take 4 cars, there will be large emission of carbon dioxide. But if that 4 persons, if those 4 persons are traveling in the same car, then the amount of CO2 emission will be 1/4, right? That is what it is saying. Okay, next is read. Learning about the environment is very important, so I'm very happy and glad that you people are doing that with me, right? It is good. save electricity. Whenever we use electricity, we try to put the greenhouse gases into the air. Yes, because preparation of electricity requires burning of coal. Unfortunately, the main part of electricity that comes in our country till date is, okay, it comes from burning of coal. Okay, so burning of coal means again emission of CO2. Right? Turn off the lights, television, computer, bike, bus, and walk. You can save energy by sometimes taking the bus, riding a bike, or walking. Taking your family, okay, talk to your family and friends about global warming so that awareness is created, right? Now next is recycle. Lots of solutions are there. If you recycle, less trash will be generated, the natural resources will be saved, like trees and aluminium. Trees will not be cut, and hence the balance of nature will be as it is, right? And recycle the cans, bottle, plastic bags, and newspapers. Okay, fine. Cars cause pollution, release lot of greenhouse gases. Few seconds ago I have told you, right? So some cars are better for environment. They travel longer on a smaller amount of fuel, don't pollute as much. Yes, if we go for the BS6 engines, right? I think you people might be knowing. If you're not knowing, you should know it, that if we use BS4 or not 4, actually BS4 is good, BS2 or BS3 engines, then they are very much harmful to environment. And if you know that whenever we take our car or our bike to the pollution report center, right, the amount of emissions actually are written. Okay, so for BS up to BS3, I guess, the engines, those are not permitted to that extent, but BS4 is okay, BS5 is okay, right? I have my own bike which is not BS6, which is either BS4 or BS5, I guess, right? So BS6 is the current engine that is running, and it is quite good for the environment. BS4 is also okay, but after 5 or 6 years it will not be okay, I guess. We need to change. Okay, right? And using these cars can help reduce. Okay, fine. So if you use the cars or bikes that actually releases less CO2, or by using less fuel, then it will be good for the environment, right? So let us try to have a new bike. Okay, now people will be happy. So what about the next slide? Let's check it out. So we people have seen the multiple things that are related to global warming and greenhouse effect, and as we people have seen that the greenhouse effect is very much bad for us, right? And heat trapping is good. It protects us from the outer environmental conditions. It lets us live a happy life, right, by providing a good weather for us. But the problem is whenever we are misjudging it, whenever you are misusing it, right, then there will be a huge problem, right? Now what this huge problem is, it is nothing but we'll be having problem of greenhouse effect, global warming, right, and which will lead to this particular things that people have seen. Now we can control that by adapting the solutions. Okay, so you just talk to your friends and family about it, that what we should do, what we should not do, and I think together you, me, and we all can save the nature and make the world a better place to live in, right? So with this, let us complete today's lecture, and we'll meet again in the next lecture with some new topic of air and its pollution, right? Till then, you stay safe, you stay happy, and save environment. Thank you.